All right, guys, we are back and happy Thursday. What a glorious day to be in the markets. Today, we're going to talk about how I plan on making millions of dollars in this upcoming bull run and how I believe you can too. We're going to back this up with data and exactly the trigger that you want to be looking for on when to go all in on this narrative. This is the meme coin narrative, and we're going to get into data behind everything of exactly when to enter and what coins I'm looking at. Plus, at the end, we're going to give you a couple other altcoins and ecosystems that I think are going to pop off pretty soon as well. So without further ado, guys, if you're excited for this video, do me a favor and destroy that like button. If you're new to the channel, what's up? My name is Chasse. Been in crypto for 12 years, bringing you guys all the hottest alpha here so you guys can make the most money possible this upcoming super cycle. So without further ado, let's first go into Bitcoin and talk about quickly Bitcoin and what's been going on, because every day is like wild developments. You have to kind of know about it. So as you guys know, we talked about this yesterday, this wild swing, 8% in volume. And yes, I've got my trades open as well. I'll talk about them in just a little bit. But to give you some context from yesterday, so update from James Safart. We have a new record inflow for the Kentucky Derby, Bitcoin ETFs. IBIT took in a record 612 million on its own. On a net basis, the group took in 673 million. It beats day one record of 655 million. Also, IBIT crossed 9 billion in assets. And this is in a day when Grayscale also didn't have a small output day. There was at 216 million yesterday and still smashing records. Unbelievable. And you can see that the spot volume, as we talked about yesterday, was seemingly massive. We saw just record-breaking volume, $7.5 billion today in volume for the ETFs. This is just blowing everyone's minds. It was also biggest liquidation day in a very long time. But biggest liquidation event today, 700 million since the January 3rd nuke, and over $1.2 billion in liquidations over the past 3 days. Interestingly, more shorts have been liquidated today than longs after a 10% flash crash on BTC. People really fading this rally. And that's what I've been trying to get to you guys. Like, don't short in this market. Like, don't do it. You don't want to fight momentum. You know, the thing is like, if you're shorting something, you might do okay. Like yesterday, if you would have shorted when it just felt super euphoric and frothy, but when you close the short, right, and you saw how quickly that dip got bought up, it was hardly a dip, for a few hours, and then it's bam, back to like 62, 63 again. So, so it's really risky to do any type of shorting in this market. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. You'll see always my longs always my positions open on margin or long. The largest monthly green candle in Bitcoin history. Bam, how you like that? The largest monthly green candle in Bitcoin's history ever. Wake up, people. It's real. And this is why I keep sharing this with you guys every day, is because I keep hearing people think that like this is going to stop. The inflows are going to stop, that that this is just short-term thing. But no, this is not. And so Eric Balkunis, also from Bloomberg Intelligence, says, I asked around some market makers and most say this volume is largely function of natural demand versus algo and arbitrage type volume. Word is wirehouse platforms are seriously looking at adding them soon. I'm sure pressure is mounting for them. They like to see track record and get paid off, but with grassroots demands like this, they're going to have to expedite. Because imagine being a Morgan advisor and your client wants IBIT, and you have to be like, I don't have access to it. My mommy, the platform gatekeeper, won't allow it. That's got to be embarrassing. And then just so you guys a little bit clarity too, I felt this was important to read. So, hey, Eric, can you explain what a wirehouse is? And basically it says mega brokers like Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, UBS, Wells Fargo, they control trillions of assets. Morgan's advisors alone have 4 trillion. So they haven't even started coming in yet. And I'll show you this article real quick. I just summarize it for you guys. So Morgan Stanley evaluating spot Bitcoin ETFs for its giant brokerage platform sources. And they've been, so to sum it up, Morgan Stanley is deciding whether to offer spot Bitcoin ETFs to customers of its large brokerage platform. The rival of broker dealers like Morgan Stanley, as well as large registered investment advisor networks, could bring more investment into these new products. Like, the big boys aren't even in yet. Like I keep saying every single day, guys, this is like nuts, right? So this is nuts. And we just see already what's happening, hoovering up, vacuuming up 10,000 Bitcoin a day, like no problem, right? And wait till we see these other guys coming in and just allocating massively to it. It's going to be nuts. So not as big as Morgan Stanley, but just in $30 billion registered investment advisor platform Carson Group has approved to offer these 4 spot Bitcoin ETFs to their clients. And guys, the thing is like, imagine if Morgan Stanley doesn't approve this as a product for their clients. Like they're going to go somewhere else, right? Because especially when Bitcoin goes over all-time highs, which could happen very, very soon, when everyone starts having FOMO, they're going to tell their RIA, like, hey, dude, I want Bitcoin. And they're going to be like, sorry, I can't offer it. He'll be like, okay, see you later, bro. Like, I'm going somewhere else. And they're going to go somewhere. So they have to offer it, right? Like they can't not offer it. The only reason they wouldn't offer it is some sort of political thing, right? Like, but even then, as a business, they have a fiduciary responsibility to make money for their shareholders, which means they got to offer it. So BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, announced this Thursday the launch of the BDR of the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF in Brazil. In partnership with the country's stock exchange operator, B3, this is the same Bitcoin ETF launched in the United States in January and the first crypto ETF in Brazil. So I guess, I didn't even know this was possible, but I guess now the BlackRock's IBIT is expanding into Brazil. So now Brazil, and remember, more to join. Hong Kong, others are coming in, but now Brazil has access to BlackRock's spot ETF as well. Another country to come in on. That's like, and they're watching America, right? And they're gonna have FOMO too. So this is the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, says when Bitcoin's market cap price was low, they wrote literally thousands of articles about our supposed losses. Now that Bitcoin's market cap is way up, if we were to sell, we would make a profit over 40% just from market purchases. And our main source of BTC is now citizenship programs. We won't sell, of course. At the end of the day, one BTC is one BTC. This was true when the market price was low, and it's true now. I love how he says that. That's basically what I tell you guys when I say denominate your wealth in Bitcoin, not in dollars or any other fiat currency. Denominate it in Bitcoin. And that's why there's Bitcoin that I have. And in this video, I'll tell you, I'm about to talk about in a minute here, the rotation of when we should be like focusing on alts to make the most amount of money possible. Right now, huge percent of my liquid assets are put in Bitcoin, but there's some Bitcoin and some ETH that I have on a hardware wallet that I will never touch, never sell, never gamble with, for a long time, right? Until I need it when I'm older and Bitcoin's at $10 million a Bitcoin or whatever. But then there's the Bitcoin that I have that have been multiplying in Aave, the looping method I told you guys about that I will make a video on. And that purpose was to loop that and accumulate while money was accumulating in Bitcoin. But there probably will be a time when I pay off the loan and I use the money I've made and I probably sell out of Bitcoin and go heavy into alts. And I'll tell you guys about that in just a minute. But he says, but it's very telling that the authors of those hit pieces, now the analysts, experts, the journalists, are totally silent now. Remember this. Next time they spill lies again about El Salvador. More power to you, brother. And then Peter Schiff says, talk about those profits after you sell and realize them. And then Nayib Bukele says, yeah, cry harder, Schiff. And guys, when you part of the telling this show every day, talking about Bitcoin is so that you have the understanding and conviction, because like yesterday, if you saw that big 8% pullback, you're like, oh my God, like it's going to go back down to 30,000 or 12,000, like Capo says or whatever. But if you're watching these shows every single day and you get to hear all this news, then you know that this is not going to last. That this dip was going to get bought up with quickness, right? And I told you guys yesterday that I kept adding to my position, right? I was like tired of not being in, and again, this is all for me, casino money, right? So again, if you are planning on using leverage, make sure that you guys use my link in the description below. Not only can you get a big fat juicy bonus, but also you get to join the VVIP group. Instructions are in the description below. But you can see, and I posted all this in my VVIP group as well as I did it. So I first made this purchase here, longed it, and then I got more bullish over here, added my position, was getting very bullish up here, very bullish up here. And then when we had this correction down here, I bought again. You can see here, right? Bought on the dip. And now everything is in profit, right? And you can see I'm up $26,000 on my Bitcoin trade. So very, very happy there with a total value of $681,000 on that trade. So second largest perpetual swaps day ever, only second to the FTX collapse. And you can see that retail is coming back. This is helping me build this thesis. The Coinbase rank, when we first talked about this last week, was like 388 or something. Now it's 153. Also, Dogecoin pumping as a sign of retail coming back. And I am Jackie says the total crypto market cap is around 2.2 trillion at the moment. Says with institutions allocating 1 to 5% of the portfolio, no doubt, very likely and rational that it goes to 10 trillion. That's about a 5x from here. I think that we can outperform that on this channel. That's the goal, is to outperform the market. That's really what I want to do. I want you guys to walk away saying we were able to outperform the market as a whole. And that's where we're going today, is the narrative. You can see it is just meme season. Meme season. Turbo was just listed on Binance. That was the AI meme coin that was created by like GPT-4 or whatever. But you can see that all the memes are pumping. And this is what I want to get into today. And OX Law Lead says, study this hard. So 2013, proof of crypto. And before the 2017 gold rush that was booming, crypto is a gold mine. And then 2021, proof of meme coins. And then right before 2024, meme coins are a gold mine. And this is kind of the thesis that I've been developing. And he says, I think we'll have at least 10 meme coins in the top 100 this cycle. We already have Dogecoin, Shiba, Bonk, Pepe, and Dogwifhat. It's because it's the easiest thing to understand. As JT TradeStar says, people are bearish about the fact that meme coins are leading here, when in fact the most bullish rotation we could have, retail aren't going to be excited about hearing modular and parallel technology is pumping. They want to hear Doge coins are going woof. And one more thing about WIF, as you guys know, is like probably one of my highest convictions. I'm quite Pepe too, right? As you guys know, that as I've been saying, Pepe and WIF for me so far the best. Bonk is doing quite well as well. But for me, it's WIF, and just because there's more upside, and it just seems like the right time, right place. And there was $200 million in spot volume yesterday and $1 billion of perpetual volume. Still no tier 1 listings, no Binance yet. So we still have to look forward to that chaos. And remember, guys, I brought this to you like $40 million. It's up over 20x, 20.5x or whatever from when I first brought it to you guys. So we are cooking here, and I don't expect this to slow down anytime soon. The market, to me, feels like this thing could run up to 30, 40, 50 billion dollars in this bull run. Remember, and my thesis here is just memes are the easiest thing for retail to understand. And so when they come in, they're going to come in droves. And this just gives you a little bit of picture of where WIF is right now. The first Dogecoin to $1. Bonk hit here, this chart here, $2 all-time highs. I think Bonk's going to go up, but now this is how much room has to run to go to Shiba, where Shiba is now. This is how much room has to go to Doge is now, and Shiba's all-time high, like way up still. So here's the point of the video. So as you guys can see, this is others dominant. So this is like everything excluding the top 10. So basically all the altcoins, all the shit coins, all season is what we're talking about here. And you guys know that if you're following my channel for a while, if you're not subscribed before, I'm sorry, but hopefully you are now. You can see here that this is basically dominance of, and so what we really want to see of others or altcoin season, we had, since we were making videos consistently on this channel, we had, remember back in like August, September, October, November, December, when it just felt amazing. We were just crushing it on altcoin picks. That's this here, right? We want to see that momentum picking up like this. And so what we're looking for, guys, is for this trend to flip. this, and we want to see dominance and retest and up again. And as we can show you on this chart here, once this flips and we start seeing this momentum again for altcoins, and you see higher highs and higher lows, that is the signal. Once we have confirmation about that, that is when I will likely take a lot of my Bitcoin and ETH that I've accumulated, because that will be the rotation in altcoin season. That's when alts will far outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. In my opinion, I don't know when that is, but that's why we watch this chart right here, and I'll bring it to you guys live and update you guys as it happens. And that's when I will probably sell a lot of those free Bitcoin I've been earning through looping, essentially, and rotate that into alts. And you guys will know, I'll tell you about it when it happens. Trust me. Solana, of course, we've been talking about it a lot here. It is about to break through this weekly high. And you guys know, I told you guys about this on the show. Once it broke through 118, what it was going to do, explode. And it did. And right now it's broke through the first resistance chart that I drew. And now once it breaks through this 129, 130, which is exactly where it is right now. But as soon as we get the weekly close above this, which is in 3 days, the next stop basically is all-time highs, guys. All-time highs after that. So all the way back to 280 or whatever. And then after that, that resistance will be there. And then, after that, of course, price discovery. And who knows, $500, $700 sold this bull run. Guys, I've been quite bullish on SUI. It's not time yet, but I do, just my gut feeling, and so the people I talked about, I actually know both of these sheikhs here from GAF Capital in Dubai, and this guy from SUI as well. And so when SUI starts to move, you can see here, it's not nothing crazy, right? Like in the last 30 days, 8%. Like it's just not getting the traction yet, but I feel like it's on the brink of something big. And, oftentimes protocols save all their big news and announcements for when the markets are really juicy and they just come out and unload news to you left, right, and center. And when SUI does start taking off, we've talked about these before on the show as well. Cetus is something to keep your eye on, as well as Turbos Finance, both on SUI ecosystem. Quite low market caps. This one's 5 million. Cetus, I don't know where it is. I don't remember right now. And another thing, guys, I want to show you is that you can see Mindshare here is dominated, like amongst the biggest things, like the Blast launch and Bitcoin and Ethereum. You've got Bonk and Portal was, we covered that earlier today on Mario's show. Doge, Whiff, Pepe, right? So Mindshare is on memes. This is a real deal. And I think that these things are going to absolutely crush it in some coming bull run. And that's what I'm allocating to. Guys, I hope you found this valuable. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.